There a few years. When was this? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? A little bit longer. 2020.
This was 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. I guess it was like during like an NBA championship. You were at home. I guess there were cameras and people started breaking into your fucking house, right? Where was the gun? Like
In the nightstand.
Oh, you just grabbed it?
Yeah, I just grabbed it from his nightstand.
And you were like,
mine was like on the other side, so I guess like in my mind I thought like it's too far. Let me just get the closest
yeah,
one.
whatever you
So
can get.
that's what I did.
Just
That
gonna
up.
ask you,
You know
what
what I
makes you
mean?
not want to get married? Why are so many men scared of marriage?
Now you fucking get
Now
it. Dude.
we're talking, dude.
Now we're heating up, dude. It took about an hour.
Okay, I think most men fear because of the statistics. And
We hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
We did have a great time.
We're glad.
And
We enjoyed it.
It was actually fun. I'm not gonna lie though, in the beginning, my heart was beating fast.
I
I was
know.
nervous as hell.
No. Dude, yeah, so I'm very excited to have you on. Like, I was like preparing the studio and everything, and my girlfriend Claudia, she was like, dude, she's like, oh, I feel like you've been waiting for this guest for like a year already to get her on, and I'm like, I have been.
Yeah, we were going back and forth for a while, and I thought you were gonna ghost us, and I thought you were gonna,
Flake out this
continue
week.
teasing us.
No,
but
Once I tell someone yes, I usually
I like that.
I keep my word unless it's like a emergency or something.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So obviously for some people who I know, we'll put it in the description, or we'll put like a video here. There a few years. When was this? 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Maybe a little bit longer. 2020.
This was, let me see. My daughter's gonna be 3, so 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. I guess it was like during like an NBA championship.
Yes.
You were at home. I guess there were cameras and people started breaking into your fucking house, right?
Yeah.
They broke.
Something
They
like
broke or they
allegedly.
tried
Yeah.
breaking into your house, and there was a video, and you kind of like defended your home, right? You
Yeah.
stood up and you.
I was in the bathroom.
Not
came
gonna
out.
lie, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty badass.
I don't
a
know
fucking-
if that's
yeah.
at that moment it felt like it.
Probably
but
not. It
No.
was probably
Seeing the video when we found
it-
out, like, because
Yeah.
you have a big presence, so obviously, we see you
Yeah.
on social media.
yeah.
So when we saw it was you, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Just fucking, doing
Yeah.
what you had to do, handle business.
How was that? How did you react like that? Like it was just kind of like instinct. Was it like the adrenaline? And
I-
walk us through it if you can.
I don't know. I just heard a commotion, got out
Yeah.
of the bathroom, and I went to get my gun. Like I walked a little bit forward, but then I walked back, grabbed my husband's gun instead of mine, and then that's when I went to the doorway.
Jesus. Okay. Where was the gun? Like
In the nightstand.
oh, you just grabbed it?
Yeah, I just grabbed it from his
And
nightstand.
you were like,
mine
oh,
was like
oh.
on the other side, so I guess like
Okay.
in my mind I thought like it's too far. Let me just get the closest
Yeah,
one.
whatever you
So
can get.
that's what I did.
You must have been terrified because you had your
In the moment,
your kid at home,
I
right?
wasn't. I
Or
think that
no?
so he was sitting on the couch. The guy that was at the door, like at the front door, was actually shooting over his head.
He was shooting too.
Yeah,
Oh,
the guy. Both of them. Both of them were shooting.
Holy shit! And then
So,
after
it-
you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
man.
go.
After you retaliated, defended yourself. What did they flee or?
Okay,
how
so
was that?
when I opened the door, that he saw me like standing at my doorway, like behind the wall.
Yeah.
The guy that was standing in front of me at my doorway, he just told me to put the gun down, but I said I wasn't gonna put it down, and then that's what made the guy in the doorway of the house start shooting.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
How terrifying! And then
After shooting, they ran out. My husband came inside the room, grabbed the gun from me, went out, and then started shooting at the car that they were fleeing.
Yeah. And then you called the cops and
I called the cops. The cops came
yeah.
and everything.
Holy
And then
shit!
now it's it's still an open case
Yeah, of course.
and going to trial and everything. So I'm waiting on that, and then I can give you guys more information after.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You've been prepped. I did want to ask you, were your children were in the home?
So my daughter was not in the picture yet because
Okay.
she's about to be 3, and this was
Okay.
like 3
Okay.
years ago. But my son was sitting on the
Yeah,
couch,
Yeah.
and he just like, if you like look at the video, you'll see like he's like all like scooting.
Yeah,
like,
kind of
Okay.
hiding or whatever.
Scooted it.
Sure, right.
Scooted in.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
how you say scooted?
Is
No.
it scooched? I don't know, dude.
Whatever.
We'll figure it out. I'll put it in-
I wanted to ask you about that because as a mother, what kind of conversation did you kind of have with your son about that instance? Like, how did you go about that?
So after it happened,
Like, what
as
did he
soon
say?
soon after that, I called the cops. That I called my parents.
Yeah.
Told them to please come get him.
Okay.
Okay.
They stayed with him for a few days after that happened. Once he did come back home, we sat down and we spoke with him, asked him how he was feeling, whatnot. Told him, that that everybody that the world is not,
Like a
well,
reality
That's
check
perfect,
you're
yeah.
kind of giving him.
right. I can't remember exactly like word by word of what I told him. It's been a few years,
Yeah.
Not
but
only that, you're probably also like freaking the fuck out everything that's going on.
like I thought he was gonna be like traumatized, like scared to
That's
still
what
be
I
in the
was
house.
thinking,
Right.
and he
yeah.
wasn't.
He was.
He was not.
But did he register what happened?
He did.
Okay.
He registered. Like, he's a smart kid. He saw when he was in the couch, scoot,
Whatever the
whatever
word
the
is.
fucking
Yeah,
word
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I need to know the word though.
We'll figure it out. We'll
I
figure
know.
it out. We'll
I
figure
need
it out.
to. I need to fix it.
Yeah.
He did see them, take jewelry off. He saw when they put the gun to
Oh,
my
you
husband's
know
head. Like,
what?
he saw with his own eyes what was going on. So we sat down, we spoke with him. I told him, so you could see this is not just happen, this doesn't just happen in movies. This could happen to people. Look how it happened to us. You have to be careful. Not everybody's good. Can't just trust anyone.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know.
So like, try to turn it into like a productive lesson, I guess, right?
Right.
For to teach them.
Right.
That's scary. How was it afterwards? Because you must have not slept that night for sure, and then throughout the first couple of weeks, like, were you like
So
kind of paranoid or?
it's not that I was paranoid, but you're kind of like looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
More than as at least me as a woman, I constantly make
True.
sure I'm paying attention to my surroundings.
Yeah.
But after this, you're more like
Even more like hypersensitive in a way.
right, and you're anybody that looks a little weird, just like But as time has passed, I've been a little bit more.
It kind of calmed down a little
Yeah.
bit. Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
What is
That's
it?
Kim Paso ringtone.
Yeah, what is going on here?
What's going on? Yeah, that's me. So no, but I'm fine, and it was
Okay.
never like something that would like really really fucked with me too
Okay,
much.
That's good. Yeah.
So I guess it's maybe just something more in me.
Okay.
It was just more like, okay. I asked my husband, "Do you think they'll come back?" He's like, "No, I doubt they're gonna come back here.
No, they learned
Yeah.
the fucking lesson.
They're not gonna come back here."
Yeah, yeah. And what was I gonna say? You guys, did you feel like we have to move, or was it
So
like an
we
instinct?
did end up selling that house.
Okay, because of that, or
Okay,
different
so
reasons?
so eventually we did want to grow. That was our first house.
Ah, okay.
But we weren't planning on selling it so fast.
Okay.
We had just like started fixing it a little bit. We were doing the pool in the back.
Yeah.
So we're doing a few things to it. We did stay there a little, maybe like a year after that. But then we took advantage when like the market really went up, and we sold the house.
Oh, nice. And so now you guys live in Miami Lakes.
Yeah.
That's intense, man. I saw the video, and obviously there's no like audio. I didn't, but obviously when you're there in the moment, you must have been like, shit. So now, I guess fast forward 3 years, do you still deal with like, I guess because you're saying the case is still open, so it's still like somewhat relevant, right? Or
Right.
3 years and it's still open?
Yeah. It's been a
Jesus
process.
Christ, what's it taking so long?
Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised how things get pushed and pushed and pushed.
And we had COVID too, that probably delayed things
Yeah,
as well.
It delayed a lot.
I wanted to ask something different.
Go.
I wanted to ask you, because you've been married for 9 years. That's a big accomplishment. I wanted to kind of dabble with that because,
Yeah, that's good.
listen, I got my girlfriend. We've been together for a little bit. Hopefully getting married soon. But it's like,
Married soon.
He's like, wait, I didn't know this.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll
We're not even engaged yet.
we get engaged and then we get eloped and that's it. And we're married.
That's not what she said.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But I want to ask, I want to know like your opinion, maybe some advice for people who are in long-term relationships or married, because you hit that. A lot of marriages fail, and especially around the 7-year mark or something like that. It's usually when a lot of marriages they kind of cut off. What has made it different for you guys? So you guys beat the odds.
I was gonna say
so
also
far.
because you were so young. Also, when you guys got married,
So, that I think you have to be friends before anything.
Okay.
And always put each other first. I know that sounds a little selfish, especially if you have kids, but that's the only way it's gonna work.
Like each other first?
Mhm.
Elaborate. You know?
How can I explain that?
Yeah, like what are some instances where you felt like, oh, you know what, like you had to pick him?
Okay, so for example, let's say, okay, so I'm all day usually doing things. He's all day usually doing things, right?
Okay.
We have our weekends when it's with, you know, our kids that we take them, you know, out and we spend time with them. But during the week, once we, let's say we're home already.
Okay.
We get into bed and we just watch our movie. We watch Netflix, something, a show, whatever it may be. You get me? If one of the kids come in, like they want to spend time at that moment, no, it's you have to wait. Like
Close the door.
you have to wait, because the thing is, imagine if you always stop your life, your relationship for your kids.
Oh, I like that.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So you have to know how to balance everything, because if not, then it's just.
How do you how do you tell like your child, you say no, not right now, or like how did you, I guess I don't train them, but how did you teach them?
Let me train them like a little dog.
How do you teach them to, because I can
Install
almost see how a mom or maybe the dad can be like, hi, it's okay, honey, and then or maybe then the partner is like,
Yeah.
So when
kids all the time.
once it's like 9 o'clock at night, like my son's already in bed.
Okay,
'cause, you know,
okay.
he has to be in bed. It's a school day,
okay,
a school night.
sure.
My daughter, I try to get her in bed pretty early too, and then then we go to bed to lay down and Netflix and chill, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Sometimes my son, he's not tired, or my daughter wants to stay up. I put her in her room. You watch your TV. You wanna watch TV for a little bit more. You go to your room and you watch TV.
Okay. So it
get me?
sounds
So,
like you nourish your relationship with your husband.
That's the only way it will work.
I like that.
It's amazing.
How did you? Because it's very wise. We've sat in front of other people much older than you who didn't have that I guess that wisdom, right? How did you? Was this always installed in you? Did you guys have to figure this out the hard
Did
way?
you guys have a conversation about this?
No, it's just the way I've always seen things, and I guess it's from being together so long. It's just something that has rubbed off.
Yeah.
And he puts me first too. You got me? So it's just like, I guess it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Meet each other halfway.
I like it because a lot of it's a hard concept for a lot of people to really realize, and people think, oh, my partner first means my kids are coming last, and that's the furthest thing from the truth.
That's not true.
If anything, you're creating the environment for them to
Okay,
grow up with love and see
exactly.
their parents.
So what I always tell friends, because some friends, they have the idea, oh no, my child first, and no, because a strong foundation, what builds it? The parents. So without the parents having, a healthy relationship, it's not going to be a healthy household. And, that's not good for the kids.
100%.
Not just that, it's also like you guys are what made the kid too, you know?
Exactly.
So if that bond gets broken, your kid is now like being raised and nurtured on that broken relationship.
Correct.
Because you chose to not, I guess, put each other first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You also have to realize that you guys are young parents. By the time they're old enough to leave the house, you guys will still you'll be in your 40s.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? So if you neglect your partner now,
Who am I going to have
exactly
in the future,
when they
right?
go off and build their own
Exactly.
families?
Exactly.
You're going to still have him because you know what it's like to cherish your partner. A lot of relationships, they fail to do that. A lot of women, I think, find it a little bit harder because they just, it's my kids, and my kids come first. We've talked to a lot of people, but
It's situational. Obviously, maybe the kid does have to come first, but
Right,
I think what's
obvious-
important is that you find a balance.
Right.
Of to still.
Right. Each family has to find their balance.
what works for them.
100%.
No, I
They
get
have to
that.
find what works for them. What has worked for my relationship is, what I explained.
Well, shit, 9 years later, you guys are still kicking it, so something's right. Something's going right.
Was it always that like easy when it came to the kids to have that agreement, or was there ever an instant that it's like, no,
No.
we need the kids to get in the bed. The kids are crying. We got to do this.
No. So we have weekends where we, take them to do things. During the week, sometimes we'll be like, okay, let's watch a movie. Or my son's obsessed with basketball, so my husband will take him to the park. They go play basketball. There's things done. But once we say, okay, this is, mine and Papi's time.
I mean,
That's it.
Yeah, it's us. They know already.
They know.
Can you think of an instance in your marriage and since you guys been together where you guys had like a big challenge, or you think back and you're like, man, that was tough. Did you guys ever have hit like rock bottom where you guys were like, damn, I don't know if we can overcome this? And then if so, How did you guys overcome?
Yeah, because 9 years. I mean,
Something must have, or did you guys smooth sailing?
no
Honestly, we've never had a moment where like, okay, no, we're leaving it. Like, we're ending things.
Okay.
It's never been like that. Because, I'm not saying my relationship is perfect. No relationship's perfect.
Sure.
You get me? Every couple has their arguments, but it's never been an argument that I'll be like, I'm done, or you're done with me. Like, it's never been to that point.
But you guys never pushed each other maybe a little bit further than you would have liked?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because you could get to a point where you're super upset.
Yeah.
For what, A or B reason, if something happens, and you feel like in that moment that you want to finish because you're so fucking upset, but after maybe a few hours pass, you're like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. Man, you guys, at this point, you guys are together for 9 years. I mean, you guys gonna make it 9 years. You're
gonna be like him.
What?
He's like, or no, what was it you that said? If you already have two, might as well have three. If you have three, might as well have four.
This is crazy. I almost on the fucking bad word. That's this crazy guy. Yeah, I don't know. How many kids is that you want?
If money wasn't an issue, objectively, if money wasn't a problem, I probably would have maybe 4.
4.
I think so. It depends how the pregnancies go too, right? Like how my partners respond, But if money was an issue, fuck it, yeah.
Yeah,
I have a little,
you can still have some more.
I could,
You
but
could,
like
for sure.
like I said, okay, so so I have my suegra who helps me a lot.
Who's that?
That's right, you're fucking German.
Yeah, you got
nanny or something
My
like that.
suegra. I wish I had a nanny.
What the fuck is that?
I wish I had a nanny because sometimes I'm like, I need to like just get up and go, and you
Yeah.
can't when you have kids. You just can't be like,
Mother-in-law.
okay, peace, I'm out.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's what I was
Nanny.
suegra
telling
is
her.
my mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law, nanny.
So
same thing.
usually I call my suegra. You learned a new word.
Suegra.
Suegra, there you go. I call her and I'll, ask her, if she could watch, which La Niña is my daughter.
Okay, yeah,
Nanny.
that I know. Okay.
She's the small one, so she's the one that's, needs to be really taken care of.
Okay.
To see if she could watch her, if I want to, me and my husband want to go out, if I need to do something.
Yeah.
If she can and my husband's busy and like, what am I going to do? I have to obviously wait. You got me?
Yeah.
So that's why mostly I got to schedule all my things.
Yeah, making appointments and stuff like that. You're like, oh.
Make an appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. I guess. But when you have money, you could just kind of get.
You could have a nanny.
You can have a nanny,
Right.
or like a cook or cleaning lady.
Right. I would
have those
pick a
things.
cook before a nanny,
Cook would be a lot more expensive though.
but I'll take it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
give your
If the
kids
money
to-
wasn't an issue, you wouldn't take a cook rather than a nanny?
I'll take both.
well. Okay. If money is an issue, give me both.
Yeah, of course. No, but like,
I get what you're saying.
So I'm gonna be 31. My girlfriend Claudia, she'll be 31 in December. She just turned 30. So I guess also like, you could still have more, like a good amount more kids. Like for me,
Not
it's
a
gonna
good
be
amount of more. That sounded crazy. I'll have maybe one
How
more.
many do you want her to have?
like 2 more, dude. Come
2
on.
more. Okay.
What if you get twins? Then okay, one and
Oh
done.
my God. No.
I would love to have twins.
You say that until you
That's
have
true.
2
And
babies
then
crying at the
yeah,
same time.
dude.
2
Why-
babies that need to be
Why
fed.
would you want twins?
Because you just go through. My woman would go through one pregnancy. And then she had 2 kids, and it sucked for a
Right,
while. But then it's
A
it.
long while. Suck.
But you know what I've enjoyed the most? Being able to focus on one at a time
Okay.
with the baby
Ooh.
stages,
But I could do that because I can focus on one, and then my
She can
wife
focus on the
go-
other one.
and then we switch.
You know what you guys should do? You guys should each raise one. And then when they're 18,
and then swap them.
no, have them just battle it out and see who's the better twin.
Oh,
That'd be cool. Maybe you raise them differently,
like like a project, like a documentary.
like an
Study.
experiment.
Like an experiment.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
goodness.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool? Have you seen this show? It's on Netflix. The one that they have twins that they feed them. One, I think,
What was it?
vegan. I think the
Yes.
other one was
yes,
whatever.
yes.
Yeah, you could do that. Oh, I didn't
I
see
have
it.
not seen that.
No, it's on Netflix. Supposedly one they give them like a strictly like vegetarian diet. The
Mhm.
other one I think was more like animal based.
Yeah.
I don't know what the results are. I didn't really see it.
Oh, because
But-
so they're literally doing experiments.
Yeah. That could be
Yeah.
you and Claudia.
That could, well, actually, if we have twins.
Start them young. Can we have
We'll
something negotiated maybe?
we'll
We'll talk to Claudia and see if
We're gonna see if she's up for it. We'll see. But no, like in all seriousness, yeah, I probably have at this point. I'm 30, 31. So I'm probably only gonna be able to have like 2 kids, right?
But two's good.
Two's good.
They could take care of each other.
They could. But then I guess 2 is fine.
Yeah.
Because they're
that's fine.
expensive too, right? Because they're expensive.
Can they? Are they?
What do
They
you think?
could be if you're spoiling them.
Do you spoil your kids?
Not to that extent.
Really?
Like, so there was a time where anything that came out of our son's mouth, oh, I want this, and that's bad. It was so bad because he thought that he got to a point where he thought he was entitled,
Yeah.
and that's so bad.
So you realize, yo, shit, I'm raising a monster here. I'm
It's
creating
bad.
a monster
It's bad
here.
because then it started turning him to someone he wasn't. You know
Yeah.
that he's not.
Like, yo, I
And-
didn't raise you this way.
Right.
Yeah.
He started becoming very materialistic.
Realistic.
My husband's like, no, and he cut it out.
Okay, good.
At the moment, we saw like he was changing. So
That's
it's
good.
not
Really?
good to spoil your kids.
Right. But the fact that you guys were aware of it and
You
noticed
let them earn things, which
Yeah.
is the way I think should be done.
like, give them like a salary if they do their chores and shit like that. Give them like $1.
Is that what you do?
Yeah,
No,
I think
that's
so.
not what I do.
Well,
I
no,
don't-
but people do it.
there's people that do that. There's
like
people that
they
do
pay
that.
them or whatever.
They pay their kids to do chores.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like
Not
guilty?
me.
Did you ever feel guilty like taking that away? Like if they wanted something, like was that ever like a guilty part where you're like, oh, I feel
No,
bad?
because if you're behaving bad in school, getting bad
it's
grades,
like they earned it. That's
you
what
need
you get.
you're gonna get everything taken away, your TV,
Oh,
your
okay.
PlayStation, everything, and now you got to earn it all back.
Okay. When it comes to raising your kids, who's like the good cop, bad cop? Do you guys have like, are you like the super nice one, whatever?
No,
Your husband
I'm
is, like,
actually.
you're the bad cop.
So sometimes if I have to be, yes.
Okay.
I'm not a soft mom
Yeah.
just because he's a mom. It could be a mama's boy, but I'm not like that. I don't want him to be soft.
Yeah.
So
You're tough on him.
I'm softer actually with my daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
We had Dre on. It was opposite.
I have a soft spot for her. I think it was for the fact that she was in the NICU for so long.
Oh,
She was a micro preemie, so it was tough. She was there for like, let me see, it was like 118 days.
Jesus.
No.
Yeah, it was a while. So it's like 4 months.
Yeah. I'm
more or
trying
less.
to, yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I have a soft spot for her, but my son, thank God, he learned his lesson and
Yeah.
he's a completely different.
good
he's
now.
a completely different person.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. You have kids that like it's like who they will become for the most part is up to
the
completely.
parent,
But it's
right.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, you
because
can raise
you're
them
the-
good, and they still come out like they can still fuck up.
Right,
And vice
of course,
versa.
but you know, anybody could fuck up
Sure.
because no one's perfect. But if you're teaching them, you know, as much as you can, at least you know you're doing your part as a parent.
Yeah.
You know what they're learning, you know, in other places. It's hard
can't really
because
control that,
nowadays, look how you could pull up anything just online. So,
Yeah. Social
but
media,
I feel like
yeah.
as long look, he doesn't have a phone and he's 10.
Oh, okay.
You know,
How do you-
he's not allowed to go on YouTube.
Oh, dude, I love this.
So-
Yeah. So, how did you get it to that mindset? And it's like, at what point are you gonna like introduce him to that?
So, I think a few more years.
Okay.
I think maybe 13. Maybe he could get a phone.
Yeah. That's so rare to hear from anybody these days.
Because
Yeah,
the thing,
never
the thing,
happens.
the thing is that I see,
Yeah.
you know, it's not okay. You can't compare life now to maybe 10, 15 years ago when you know I was growing up.
Sure.
It's completely different. You know, everything is like I'm just like I stay in shock sometimes with things that I see, and I'm just
So
like
much
my son
crazy.
cannot be seeing
Yeah.
this. You get me? And kids are sponges.
Soak it
And
all up.
become followers like this. So I'm like, that's definitely not going to be you.
So how does he act when his friends all have phones and he comes to you, oh, mommy, can I get a phone?
He knows not to bring it up anymore.
You know,
Really?
you
And
don't
I,
fuck
and,
around.
I,
dude.
and, I, and then I'm kind of mean about it. And sometimes I'll be like, the more you ask, I'm going to push it another year. Don't ask me no
Oh.
more. Yeah.
Dude, you don't fuck around. But you know what? I like that because I told Claudia the same thing. I would like to believe I'm going to be like, you know, you can talk about, oh, I'm going to be this parent, and you don't know until you're a parent. I get
Right.
that. But you got to have a little bit of an idea. We talk about this all the time. I'm like, dude, I didn't have a kid. I didn't have a phone until I was like 16 years old, and I get it. Things were different. This was a little bit ago, but I'm not gonna give my 4-year-old, 5-year-old a phone and give him access to YouTube, parent control or no parent control. The stuff that you have
Right.
on there is just, it's just not good for you. And you
Right.
can make the argument that but it's a balance, whatever. But at the end of the day, Stuff is detrimental, I think, so especially to small children.
A balance takes place in a lot, but I just don't think a phone is not definitely not in question.
Yeah, I concur. And your husband agrees because
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you guys are on the same page when it
Yeah,
comes
we
to parenting.
always make sure that we, and if he says something, I won't step in. Like that's
Really? Okay.
Yeah, no.
What if you don't agree with it?
I'll talk to him later.
Ah.
I'll be like, babe, I don't think that maybe I agree with this, but
Maybe we should have handled it differently, like in private, or you'll have this
Right.
conversation.
but usually we tend to agree with
Okay.
everything that has to do with like parenting.
Especially now. Maybe at the
Right.
beginning there were certain things that maybe, right? I
Right.
guess because you're
It,
still
it can
figuring
happen.
it out.
There's stuff that you could be like, oh, but I don't think it's like a big deal,
Okay, okay.
And you could be like, no, definitely not. I think that I'll be like, okay, fine. If that's what you think, then I respect it.
Yeah. Do they ever
mean-
come around back to you and be like, "Mommy, can I still do this?" Even though your
So
father told him no.
when his dad tells him no, it's a no. Like,
That's
don't
no.
even come ask me
Yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you no. And then
Yeah.
if you come ask me and you already know he said no, like he knows that's disrespectful. Like
Yeah.
you don't do that.
Okay, okay.
Because then
yeah.
you're gonna put me on the spot to just tell you no,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna get in trouble because he's gonna know you came and asked me. Like,
Yeah, you guys got them in sync. Yeah, you got
yeah,
them unlocked.
you can't.
I like that. Okay.
And it's
Well,
never
that's-
good to like go over one parent go over the other.
Well, yeah, some people do that. Yeah, some relationships do that, and then they run into issues. What?
I wanted to ask
Okay.
you, do you also handle that with disagreements in public with other people, like outside of children? Like, let's say, for example, he says something and you're like, I ain't cool with that. Do you?
So, me and him are not the type of couple to form any type of show.
for
In
show-
public.
Like arguing?
Un show. No.
Okay.
I was gonna say un show, but I remembered. I was like, wait a minute.
no, that I get.
Yeah.
So
So then,
you need to learn Spanish, bro. How long you been here?
I've been here for a minute. My girlfriend's Colombian, so she gotta teach me.
Yeah,
He
I know, I
definitely
know.
does.
so then you guys keep that balance where it's like there's always a line of respect. Were you always raised like that, or did something happen where you're like, oh, you know what, let me kind of handle this differently?
Okay, so yes and no. I've learned more with him than in la calle. Like you don't let people see your problems. Obviously, you got me like this. It's pointless because it could be like a little argument at the moment, and then it was nothing. But then you formed all that for no reason.
Ah, yes. Yeah. It's funny. It almost reminds me of like, like when people have arguments and like you start like venting to your friend about all these problems that you have with them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
you're
then the
like-
next day
and
you're
then
just like,
and you're like, bitch,
bitch, did you just call me
You
yesterday and wasted like 2 hours
all
of my
time, yo. I'm here trying to help you solve these problems for you, just for you to just get right back with this guy.
Dude, that is literally what I don't know if I even can talk about that.
Yes, you can.
So my girlfriend's going through the same issue. One of her girlfriends, whatever, with this guy who is like some hooligan, like degenerate. And this guy is just
Hooligan.
not the person that you want to be with, right?
Right.
So then the girlfriend will vent to my girlfriend. Oh my God, he's terrible. Da, 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 on the phone for hours, like venting, crying, all that stuff. And my girl gives her advice. Just follow this advice, you'll be good. Don't follow the advice, you won't be good, right? That kind of thing. Guess what she does? She takes the advice and she runs and does the opposite, literally. And it's been like 2 or 3 times. And so at this point, my girlfriend is like, yo, like, I can't continue to do this. Like, she's really, like, pulling her down with her. So I'm like, dude, if you gave her the advice once, you gave her the advice twice, you gave her the 3rd time, she doesn't want to take it, that's it, that's on her. Don't even bring it up anymore. So that could be an issue, too, where it's like, dude, you keep running to your friends, and then if you know you're going to do the opposite, why the fuck are you going to run to your friends? Like, that is
100%.
that's fucking frustrating.
So I think every girl has been in that situation where they run to a friend, obviously,
Yeah.
to talk, to
Yeah.
vent, because venting is actually healthy.
Sure.
But if you're gonna vent weekly, monthly, so
About that
often
same
about the
thing,
same
dude.
thing,
Yeah.
and cry about it, I never want to be with him again, and all this, to then a month later go back and be in the same position in a few weeks.
Yeah. Like, that's...
After
yeah.
a couple times, I'll be like, listen, you already know, like, you know what it is. Like, you're blind to the,
Yeah.
to that situation. You want to see something else. You want to believe it could be something
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
That's
which it's not going to be,
what I think it is.
of course,
Yeah.
but it, it becomes like a broken record
Yeah.
to repeat yourself to your friend and then not take your advice, But as a friend, you want to be there for your friend.
Right. But where's the line, right? Where it's
Right.
like, yo, like, if I'm going to continue to help out and you're not going to do it, then at this point, I'm just going to hurt myself.
I feel like, right, like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm giving you all this advice, and you're just, you know, wiping your ass
I'm driving
basically.
myself crazy here.
But you see, you know, it's funny because remember way back when you were going through your situation,
Yes.
I was his friend that he was venting to. I was the ventee. You were the
Yeah.
ventor.
Yes.
And it's funny because I say it all the time. I'm gonna have to say it again.
So guys vent to each other.
Well, I did.
We got a good relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was venting to me about a situation.
How many times did he vent?
No, he was a good.
It wasn't crazy like that.
Was he a good listener?
He was good, and I'll give you this example because he kept on coming back, but it was always a little bit different because he was just trying to like figure out how to navigate. It wasn't like he was really doing the opposite. He was just like trying to understand how to apply.
Yeah.
Right. And he would do it, and then there was this one time that I forgot what it was, but I went off on him. I just started like telling him a bunch of shit, and he goes, "Dude, like I'm calling you for advice. I'm not calling you for you to bitch at me." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Dude, I'm giving you the truth. If you can't handle it, that's not my problem. That's yours
That's
at
the
this
thing.
point."
I am brutally honest.
Me too. And I think that's why like you guys are there talking about like, oh, like all my girls, like they'll be telling me this and they're venting, whatever. After a while, you know, you're doing it to yourself. Man, from the first minute that they start venting to me, I start going off on them. I'm like, dude, but you're a fucking idiot. Like, why would you let them do this? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what's worked. Because at least it changes. You know, I don't know. I guess I just bully people into.
You flick a switch.
I try.
But sometimes
But
you
that's
have
good.
to.
But
Yeah.
that's good. I'm brutally honest. Sometimes I get told that I'm too honest, but
Yeah.
I'd rather be like that because I don't like sugarcoating.
I
You
hate
get me?
that.
I
hate
want to.
that.
I'd rather be the friend, you know, that is honest with you. You could get mad at me, but at least you know that I was honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit.
You'll get
too
like
honest,
I'll be
but-
like, oh, they'll get over it later.
Yeah.
I was honest, and
yeah.
it came from, you know, from the part of, you know, of me, like, because I care for you. You get me?
Yeah, they'll come back.
They'll be fine.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Then they'll
It's tough
reflect.
love.
They'll
It's tough
reflect
love.
and they'll
Tough
be
love.
like, you know
It's
what?
tough love. That's the
Yeah.
way I
Looking
see
out
it.
for me.
Do you have some friends that reach out to you and they ask you for like, because you've been married for a while, they're gonna be like, yo, Ansley, what should I
Yeah,
do? Yeah, I'm
do they?
fucking going through it, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Actually, a few friends, but it got to a point with one that I'm just like, no.
Okay.
more.
So you were like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Because she was asking for advice about her situation,
Right.
or like,
No more. And it just got it got to the point where it's just like I, you know, give you advice.
Yeah.
I've even told you things that were told to me,
oh,
you know,
Oh,
because at the end of the day, he wasn't my friend, so I don't give a shit about him.
Okay. Okay.
You get me? And I'm telling you, giving you proof,
And they.
and then he finds out it's me. He hates me more every single time. And then, you know, me and you talk less and less, and like basically not friends anymore to the point because of the guy she's with, or if she was with, I don't know. And, you know, I was a friend for a very long time with her. You know, I was a good friend.
Oh.
And then, you know,
ish happens.
So
Yeah,
you feel
shit
like
happens.
you burned the bridge by.
Not necessarily. She burned
no,
it.
The
I
bridge got
didn't burn
burned.
it.
Yeah.
She burned it
Yeah.
because of the guy that she kept choosing to be with.
Yeah.
And you ran out,
Blindly.
yeah, and you told on the guy, but you had no allegiance to the
listen,
guy.
At the end,
That was your homegirl.
right, she was my friend. He
Yes.
wasn't my friend.
Right,
So
okay.
I don't give a shit about him.
Okay, yeah, true.
Right. So I'm trying to protect her feelings, giving her advice
Yeah.
over and over and over again. But the only way that it bit me in the ass was because it ended
Yeah,
our
didn't-
relationship in the future, because she would just, you know, choose him over and over again, and he would always know that I'm the one feeding her everything.
I
And
feel
then-
bad for people like that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I feel bad for people like that because like they just it's like, do you choose to be blind
Yeah.
or
That's the problem. They're trying to believe, like I said.
they want to believe?
They want to believe that maybe they could change him, or that he's good, or
yeah.
no, or they try to like, oh, but he does all of this good, you know. But then I think the bad overweighs the good sometimes, right?
For sure.
Because if you, I'm like I said, every relationship, nothing is perfect. But if
Yeah.
you put everything on a balance, and the bad is overweighing the good, like,
Well, that's one thing that you always say. Like you'll be like, oh, like that you go on one good trip and you're like, man, this trip is amazing. But then once you come back from the trip, like the relationship is fucking hell, and
Yeah.
you just choose to endure. And then you plan another, like a nice outing to kind of revamp
you're
the
always
relationship
trying
again.
to tapar una cosa con la otra.
You got that?
What?
Sugar
You're
coated?
trying to
Cover one
with another
one good thing.
One
Yeah,
bad thing with a
like-
good
you're
thing?
trying to cover
Right,
it
you're
up.
trying to
Yeah.
cover, yeah.
You're trying to compensate.
You're trying. There you go.
In a nutshell.
Okay,
You're like,
okay.
oh, I know I'm fucking up here, but I did this.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's like a roller coaster, man. Like it's like so intense because you
That's
have
like
really
a toxic relationship.
yeah,
though,
it's
because you're good one moment, bad the next, and you're just like, wait a minute.
unstable. Like,
Well, yeah.
yeah, no, the older we get, like the less we crave that because we want consistency, we want stability. Like that shit was maybe cool and fun when you were like
there's
18 years old.
nothing worse than not having peace.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Peace is priceless.
Right.
I agree.
Especially
And
the
I
older we
feel
get.
like, especially here in Miami, so the fact that you said that you've been married for so long and you're here in Miami, you know, it's kind of rare to see because I think most people are very, I don't want to say materialistic, but they look for the wrong things. You know, they look at things that are a little bit more superficially, and then they kind of just go with that without really understanding like what it entails to have a healthy relationship to really make something like, real. And I just think that that's just the problem here. Like we're just choosing the wrong people. So then we have instances like that where there's so many people in this world, and then you have a homegirl who just chooses to be with this one guy for whatever it is that he's feeding her in her head, and she chooses to believe that, and it sucks because then like, if only there was a way to shake these people up and be like, listen, man, like you really think you deserve this?
Yeah.
I've learned that everybody learns on their own.
100%. What is it? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You can't make him drink it.
And that's the truth of life. And
So you could, me, you, we could be there every single time the friend calls.
Yeah.
Give them all the advice in the world.
Yeah.
And maybe they're taking it in, and they want to do what you say, but they keep doing the opposite because it has to be that they decide like, okay,
like
I'm done.
I feel like they have to hit rock
They
bottom.
have to hit rock
Yeah.
bottom, like literally.
You don't think you can like help them see that? You think
And
that they just
another
gotta,
thing, I think that they become comfortable with that person.
yeah,
That they're just like,
The pain that I know rather than the unknown.
Right.
It's
And then I
like
don't.
the pain that I know. Like I know that.
I already know what this person's like.
Yeah.
Why, test waters with another person to end up probably being the same as this person. I
Right.
think maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know.
Yeah, it could
But
be.
you never know. You could leave something bad, go to something good or better.
But then someone may say, "Oh, but the grass isn't always greener on the other side."
Right.
So then that goes against what y'all are saying.
Well, the grass isn't always green on the other side. It's obviously.
Unless it's turf.
It's just green always.
green where you water.
No,
yeah.
but it is greener where you water.
Where
I
you
guess
water.
that's the whole.
That's what I'm saying. It depends how, I guess, the couple is with one another, because like you just said, it's greener where you water. So it's the way that you take care of the relationship. If the respect is on, even like.
Gotcha.
The mic, yeah.
Okay,
You're like talking
yeah,
over.
Turn
you're
the
like,
mic. That works. That works
yeah, like,
perfect.
excited about it.
There you go. There you go.
I had to stand up because I was like.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, I got you. It's like,
let me get up. You can move it.
yeah. You can move it.
I didn't want to break it.
Nah, you're good,
you
you're
can just
good.
move it like this.
If it breaks, is embarrassing. So the equipment was a lot of money.
Okay. So I want to start talking about. So we got a couple submissions because we went on our Instagram. We asked people to do submissions and stuff like that. People ask for advice, ask for random shit, but it's a couple
Are
good
they going to
ones.
take it?
We're gonna give them the advice. They're gonna take it. It's their problem. But I'll bring it up and then we'll ask you. See what you think.
Nice.
Do you feel like you can love the right person at the wrong time?
Where'd you get this question?
There's a couple.
I didn't see that question. Anyways.
What do you think?
You could love the right person at the wrong time.
Yeah. I guess like right person, wrong time. Wrong
Why?
time, right person.
Oh yeah. Do you believe in right person, wrong time?
Yeah. Or
I-
if it's
I
the
don't, because you
don't.
make time for what you want.
so if
right?
it's
So if it's somebody I want, I'm going to make sure I'm going to do everything in my power for it to work.
so you feel like if it's the wrong time, it's also not the right person, right? Because the right person, it'll be right for no matter when.
Exactly. So I
Okay.
don't believe in that.
Okay.
How's it going? What do you
What do you
think?
think?
Well, me, it was funny because my situation's a little particular.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my señorita, I've known her since kindergarten. The right person, wrong time. Oh. No, but bullshit. I've known her since kindergarten. Thought she was the one, right? No. Whatever. So I thought she was
You
my,
knew she was the one.
she was my kindergarten crush. I'll give her that.
Oh.
Okay, so I thought she was cute at that. In kindergarten, I mean, what can you really like at kindergarten? But thought she was really cute. She ended up switching schools. She went somewhere else. We tried to date again in college, right after college, and didn't work out. I was all over the place. She was all over the place. We just weren't seeing eye to eye. Fast forward a few years after that, we're in 2024.
Yeah.
End of 2020 to the beginning of 2021, we rekindled, started dating. And
But you guys keep finding each other.
we do keep finding each other,
Yeah.
but in different times. So
It's the right person. Wrong time.
the wrong time. The other 2 times, kindergarten. But this last time, you know, it seemed like, you know, maybe since kindergarten she was the right person. It just wasn't the right time until now. So I'm maybe an exception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You?
Hmm.
Tiebreaker.
I do think that there is certain instances where this might be an amazing person, and if it wasn't for where you currently are in life, you would be happily ever after. But depending on the circumstances, I feel like there could
You
be.
think so?
Okay, so
There could be.
maybe exceptions.
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
There's also people say that men don't marry the women they love. They marry the women that is just there at the time
When
that
they're
ready to be married.
Yeah.
Right? So
don't know.
me and that's just another thing. So for example, me and my girlfriend, we could, you know, be in love, crazy in love. But if I'm not ready to get married yet, we may never get married, even though I love her.
Right.
So then let's say she's like, you know what, it's over.
Oh yeah.
Fast forward to 2 years, maybe I meet some girl and I'm like, you know what, I'm in the position that I want to get married now.
And you'd marry her within 6 months.
Type shit.
Right. Versus you being with her for 5 years.
Not ready.
Damn, that's crazy though.
Doesn't feel right yet.
That's insane.
I need 3 more years.
That's fucked up.
That's insane.
That is fucked up. But they say that. They say that most men do that. That they don't.
Who says that? Is there a study?
You've heard it too, right?
I've
You're
heard
talking like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Put up the study.
Let me see if I can find some shit.
I have heard that, though. I have that. You never heard of that?
I think so. I'm just.
Maybe
I'm just-
also.
I don't know because I don't know. I guess everybody has their situations.
Yeah.
But
She's also been married for
You've
a
been
long
married.
ass-
Yeah, you've been off the. You don't even know.
You don't even know what we're talking about, dude.
I just, in my opinion, I just feel, you know.
Dude, you got married when I was still in college, dude. It's like fucking 10 years ago. Shit. Okay. What else? You looking for that? I have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
This one actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this girl is asking tips on how to help men who are not so romantic perform gestures of romance, ideas. What do you think? So you're dating a guy not romantic at all. How can you help him, inspire him to be a little bit more? A little
I
more
think
flair?
that has to really be in the man.
You don't think there's anything you can do? It has to come from within. It has to come
Like
from
you don't want
right?
him to fake it.
And you don't
right?
want him to do it because you want to do it. You want him to do
You
it because
want him
he
to do
wants.
it because le nació, like it's something that came from, how to say, from within.
Yeah.
Like,
It's how to help men be more romantic. If they let's say they're not very romantic, they don't really care about that stuff. How can you, as a woman, help them be more, a little bit more?
Were they romantic from the beginning?
No, clearly not.
that's what I'm saying. So
Right.
if you don't meet him that way, you
Right.
can't expect him to be that way. And
Unless he
if you
wants
want
to.
romantic, maybe situations, maybe you set up the romantic things, and you know,
Maybe it'll feed off of him. Maybe it'll rub off on him.
Maybe it'll rub off on him, or I don't know. I wouldn't be like, oh, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Like, because I'm telling you to do it now, you're gonna do it. No, I want you to do it if it's something that you know comes from within.
But if I may, devil's advocate over here.
Yeah.
What if he doesn't know if you'd like it? You know, so for example, well, again, your situation's a little bit different.
Every
You've
woman
been there.
likes romantic.
A little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
Any woman likes
Yeah.
anything.
But what
romantic.
is romantic? Because maybe his romance is a little different than your romance.
But if he's with you, he should know, right?
But
That's-
what can you like tell him like what he
How?
likes or show him videos? Like, hey, I really like this.
Oh, baby, I
or
think
whatever.
this is so cute. Or when you send the guy some stuff that you see on Instagram,
Type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you're sharing stories.
So he can get some inspo.
Some
yeah. So he gets some inspo. Like we know like what to do, what's cute, and get the flowers, and
Right.
do a little
Look,
picnic, and
flowers are the most basic gestures
anybody,
that
yeah.
you could do. If
Yeah.
that guy's at least not doing flowers,
Okay.
But girls actually like that shit? Or is that just like
I
a
don't-
cliche thing?
I don't really care for flowers.
You see what I mean? So if he gets you flowers, you're going to be like,
But if you get me flowers, I'm gonna appreciate them, and I'm gonna put them in the house, obviously.
okay.
But it's not something like, oh, I need you to bring me flowers.
Do you have a romantic gesture that your man does for you that really like you appreciate? Because it's maybe subjective to some. You have something that you really enjoy, or you feel like, oh man, this is really
So,
No.
my husband, he's not the romantic, like crazy romantic like
Okay,
that
okay.
sets up floors like with flowers, like you know
Yeah.
some guys maybe do, or buys you flowers weekly.
See, like, that's like cheesy.
and,
Like, I feel like if I do that to my girl, I don't see myself doing this.
Really?
like my husband, like, will go out to dinner.
Okay.
If I say I like something, he surprises me with it a lot of times. And those are his type of gestures.
Yeah.
Everybody has, I think, their own gestures. You get me?
Okay,
And I feel like that's more important than, than other things, because they're showing you what they, what they want, like, towards you. Or how can I say, like lo que le nace is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah, like, it just comes out of them.
I can't wait here.
Like-
It's all good. That's what you got me. You
Viene
got
del
me.
corazón.
Yeah,
Comes from their heart,
like
what
a
they
TV
what they're
hit.
doing for you.
Okay, yeah. What if nothing comes from their heart? Which is what she's saying, yo.
Oh my God.
Do you cut the guy off, or
I don't, but is he treating her bad? Like,
Yeah.
he's not romantic? He's not romantic.
But some guys are just not romantic.
but
But, like,
yeah.
But what if you dating a guy? Well, you can't really imagine it.
No,
because-
hey, but she probably has friends who has asked.
Yeah.
her,
Yeah,
so
like,
she knows.
So like your girl comes to you like, oh, he's not
I'm
romantic.
married, but I don't live under a rock.
Yeah, dude, she knows. She understands. She's with it.
Yeah. So then, do you cut the guy off? What if it's really important to you as a woman?
But if he's never been like that from the beginning, then she should have never kept on if it was something so important to her.
Yeah, maybe she's hoping that he'll like, especially at the beginning, dude. You gotta woo over. You gotta court the lady, So if he's not like that at the beginning,
Yeah, but I don't want you to be like that at the beginning and then 3 months pass and you're not like that, because it's something that you
you gotta be consistent with it.
Right.
Yeah. If not,
True. Yeah, because
So
if
I'd
you're
rather you
trying
not
to-
be like that at all than be like that in the beginning, and then just because we're out of the honeymoon stage, then
True.
Yeah, be real.
then you be back to your
Yeah,
own
never do
romantic
it
self.
again.
Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened to that guy?
Exactly. I think that's worse.
That's way worse.
Now, if
because then
she's-
she's gonna probably feel like it's something with her.
or I got bamboozled. Like,
Right.
I'm
Like, you
already too
catfished
deep.
me.
Hustle.
I'm in too deep. Because at the beginning, if you're not like that, I can cut you off.
Right.
But if we're
you
6
can't
months
finesse
in,
the girl and then
Yeah.
show your true colors then later,
which a lot of people do.
which a lot of men are
A lot of
doing.
guys.
But
do
in
it.
this case, it seems like this guy's never been romantic, and she wants the guy to be romantic.
then you gotta be with a different guy.
But it's just seems like she should be with a romantic guy.
Yeah.
Which is not
Right.
this guy.
She needs to find a romantic guy.
Okay.
But to your point, how much does the romance weigh for the relationship? Because if he is a good
If he
guy,
if he has other
taking care of
attributes
her.
that
Qualities.
honest.
right, how are you gonna be like, okay, fuck the honesty, fuck this, fuck that, I want romance.
Yeah, I want to
then
get
a
cheated
shit-
on.
I want romance, but a shitty ass guy. Like, what? That's insane.
That's a good point.
Can't have it all, right? Or
No, I just think that she needs to she needs to
A
decide
again, a balance.
priorities. She needs to have priorities.
She needs to pick a struggle. That's
yeah,
Yeah,
pick your
true.
heart.
yeah.
Choose your heart.
Okay.
By the way, before you move on,
Yeah.
I found a video of someone on TikTok that says men marry the woman in front of them, not the woman they love. Let's talk about it. It's a 45-second video, so if you
but you need to interview a guy and ask him that.
but let's just see what she has to say. Good
Go.
point. But let's just see what she has to say. Let's see the logic behind this.
Yeah.
Okay, she must have some sort of a degree in this or some
Okay.
shit. Ready? Oh shit! I can't hear anything.
And ready to start a family. When a man decides that he is financially and emotionally ready for marriage and ready to settle down and ready to start a family, he takes a way different approach to dating. That part in his brain of like, oh, there's another girl out there, shuts off. Because now his focus is on marriage. It's not in finding the next best thing.
A woman on TikTok is going viral in her theory that men marry the woman in front of them when they're ready to get married, claiming that grooms are more motivated by timing than true love.
I can see that for sure.
While user Tay Talks has racked up more than 4 million views on her video, not all her followers were convinced. Nah, I worked to get back to my woman I wanted to marry. Disagree completely. I waited until I found a partner worth building a life with.
Okay, so
What do y'all think?
She says that they get married when they feel like they're financially stable.
Like when men feel like they're ready, like, oh, I can provide for a family.
That's not certainly true, because me and my husband started when we basically worked our way up together.
Okay.
So it depends, I think.
I guess it's not universally
Right.
applicable, but maybe there's a trend that is towards that.
Maybe.
Because so your husband didn't have, I guess he wasn't poor, but he wasn't broke, was
no,
he?
he wasn't broke,
Okay.
but we obviously are not where we are now.
Sure. I mean,
you know?
hopefully, I mean, you could 9 years in, you guys obviously
Right.
accumulated something.
Right.
But I guess we would have to ask him.
I think your situation is very different. I'm hoping my situation can be just like yours in the sense, because I consider Christina one of my best friends. Like, that's my dog. You know?
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
You see? But that's
she's-
good because you
my
have to have
dog.
the foundation of
Right.
friendship before.
Boom.
Before you
So
move on,
instead
yeah.
of it being, because like, for example, when I started dating her, I wasn't like, damn, I want to get married. In fact, when I started dating her, I didn't even want to get married at all. And
She's changed your mind?
ish.
At gunpoint. Under duress.
I can't confirm or deny. No, I'm kidding. No,
You plead the fifth.
No, what is it? It's still an open case. Once it's resolved, we'll be able to go. I'm fucking with you.
I like how we came full circle.
I'm fucking with you. More information will be. No, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah, more official.
I'm fucking with you.
You got to bring her on because I
Yeah.
want to listen.
No, thanks. no, for her, it was really important to her, and I'm not an idiot. Like I love her. She's an amazing person, and to your point, that's like my best friend. You know, why wouldn't I want to lock
I was just
that
going to
up?
ask you,
know
what
I
makes you
mean?
not want to get married? Why are so many men scared of marriage?
Damn, yeah, now you fucking get
Now
it.
we're
Now
talking,
we're warm-
dude.
Now we're heating up, dude. It took about an hour.
Okay, no, I think most men fear because of the statistics. And now, although you may have defied those odds, I think most men are on the losing end of most marriages because what is it that Dr. Hasty says, professor that we always bring on? He's our boy. 50% of all marriages end in divorce.
First time.
Second time marriages, I think it's like a 70 or some shit like
60
that.
then 70.
And then 70% third time marriages. So, and historically, I think if marriage does get to divorce and the fact that most people, they really, like think about the conversations we've been having. Like we have people that don't really filter right when they start dating people. So then they just get married because they think that they got to get married. Or we've been together for 3 years in this toxic ass relationship. Where's the ring? And it's like, yo, the relationship is toxic. Why are we talking about a ring? You know, so
Right.
then they just force the marriage. So then, like, you have these types of marriages that are happening, and then a divorce comes in, and then 9 times out of 10, the man's usually the one that gets kind of shafted whenever it comes to that. I guess historically, right? I'm not saying it's for everybody.
I'm listening.
Before, you know,
No.
something happens in here. Yeah. But I think that's why most men, I think just historically with like statistics and the data, it's scary. And then what did you say? Like, if you told me that if I had to go skydiving and there's a 50% chance you might not make it, you still going to jump out the plane?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
You know,
So
I do
I
want to go skydiving.
It's
I
fun.
do.
I've done it once.
You've
I
done it?
almost threw up. Yeah.
My husband says no.
No, like don't do it.
No, he's like, you have
d-
kids, you're married.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
That's safe.
Yeah, it'll be safe.
Safe
He's
as
like,
getting married.
he's like, safe
getting
until the
married.
parachute doesn't open. He's like, don't do anything you don't have control of.
Maybe not.
I mean, I'm not gonna do anything.
No, but I think that's what the most men have fear. Don't you think so?
But in your case, you said she's your best friend. You're happy. She's an
Yeah.
amazing woman.
So you can overcome
So-
the odds.
I think we'll make
I
it.
think people psych themselves out and they jinx themselves.
I
think-
think that's
because
probably
you're
what it
going in
is.
like it's just a piece of paper. You're still the same person. You're like, I don't.
I guess they say marriage shouldn't even change anything. Like
It shouldn't.
Ideally, nothing should change.
It shouldn't.
But then it's like he's like, then why do it? Right? If nothing's
Because
changing.
if you plan on having kids in the future, don't you want everybody in, like your wife to have your kid's
That's
last
what
name?
he says.
Like-
That's what he
I
says.
like it.
You
I
want
like it.
it sounds so much nicer to be like, oh, this is my wife than this is my girlfriend.
But
Baby
can I just
mama.
call her that?
No, you can only call her if she's
No.
your wife.
If I legally send a document to the
Yes.
government saying that she's my wife?
Prerequisite.
And then let's say,
That's all you want, bro.
for example, I don't do Christmas cards, Christmas pictures, none of that. But let's say you guys were to send out a Christmas picture.
We did actually.
Okay,
will
you,
send
your
you one.
dogs,
Not
your dogs, and your
sure,
girlfriend.
sure.
What last name do you guys put?
Hers.
Yeah, if you ask her, she probably want to do that. Yeah, that's a
You
good
see,
point.
so I just feel
I
like
like that.
It'll be Viera and Co. Oh, my bad. Corona. Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
think it
cool,
works,
actually.
yeah. There you
I don't
go.
know. I feel like if it's a healthy
All right,
relationship,
I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
I feel like I
I'm
just
fucking with you. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
if it's a healthy relationship, I think there's nothing wrong
Okay.
with marriage.
'cause
Obviously,
you're,
if
like,
it's a
super for
toxic relationship, it's
No,
going,
no,
if it's
no.
going nowhere, obviously they shouldn't get married. Like that person should not get
No, of course not.
You
To
know.
me, it's kind of I'm kind of petrified of the idea of I love my girlfriend to death, but like, dude, spending the rest of your life with one person it's kind of scary.
But you could spend the rest of your life with that one person, even if it's your girlfriend. So what makes a difference from saying
Even
I'm
yeah, I mean,
married to-
both situations are scary. Both ideas are scary, dude. No,
Why are you so afraid of it? You say that all the
I
time.
do. I am scared.
Are you? What?
But now I'm more like opening up to. But my girlfriend doesn't even live with me, so we're getting to that point now.
Don't get this man started right now. Dude.
We're heading in the right direction. Hopefully, gonna get engaged this year and all that good stuff. But it is a little bit scary for guys. I don't know exactly why. I just maybe the fear of commitment, maybe the fear of settling down.
You think it's like a
tying
reality?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's hitting you?
Like, oh fuck, like this is it.
Is this the next step, right?
Are
we there?
Yeah. Are we? Yeah. We like our parents, like at that point almost. But I think it's just like a mental thing that
It
you're right.
is.
You
That's what I'm
psych
saying.
yourself out.
You psych yourself out. You start thinking about everything that could go wrong instead of thinking everything that could go right.
You never like go home and you see your husband. You're like, yo, I gotta see this guy for the rest of my fucking life, dude.
When I'm mad at him.
Yeah, you're like, fuck this guy.
When I'm mad at him, and I'm pretty sure he thinks the same shit about
this
me. Like this bitch.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's what I'm telling you. But when, if it's a healthy relationship, you have your best friend there.
Of course, yeah.
You get me? And that's amazing.
Let me ask you this: when you guys got married, did you guys have like a big ceremony type thing, or was it?
No,
like
we were young. We got married in just the courthouse.
Okay. Next question. Was there ever? How often should you renew your vows? Is it like 10 years? Are you gonna do that? Do you even care about? Like, would you want to have like a big ceremony?
Like I said, maybe that's the reason
that's
why
my battle with her.
maybe that's the reason why I see everything so different about marriage, because I didn't have a wedding. I didn't care for one.
Okay.
What I do want to do is maybe just now when we do our 10 years, do like nice pictures or something, because I didn't do none of that. And maybe like a nice like a vacation, like something nice,
like a honeymoon,
right? But something like something different, something maybe Fiji, Bora Bora, something
Oh, I like that. I like
something
that.
like that.
Treat yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something like that. But like a wedding, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, you care more about the marriage, not like the bells and the whistle. You just care
Right.
about like the unit.
Yes.
Well, I
Right.
don't even
like
think she
that.
gives a fuck about that. She just wants a big ass party and spend a shit ton of money on shit that
Right.
she doesn't even care about.
So that's why we say I think like it's a lot of money wasted. You
Yeah.
could use that for like a trip,
A trip,
memories, because
Memories.
I don't know.
experiences
Right.
together.
Yes.
The
Together.
start of your relationship.
because a marriage really is about the two people, not
Just like we
the two
talk-
people in the whole party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No one gives a fuck, dude.
I don't give a fuck
They're
about a
spending so
party.
much money on the dinner that they're gonna talk shit about anyway.
Bro, I've always said that. I just did not want to say that right now.
No,
I
it's
feel
good.
like that's the first thing. People always criticize a party, a wedding, a baby shower, a gender reveal. People are always going to be criticizing
Yeah, like,
something.
who
So
are these parties
why
for?
are you throwing this big ass party
Yeah.
to get criticized?
It's not even for you at that point. If anything, like because she's a photographer, she's a wedding photographer specifically. So she tells me like when she goes over the timelines with the wedding planners, but then also the bride, everyone's gotta be on the same page. What are we doing? The pictures over
no.
here, your family. So she's got to deal with all that shit, and it's like half the time, like these people are going crazy.
Of
Yeah.
The bride looking
course.
they're not
Like
even
you're not
think they're
even
having a
you're
good
so
time.
stressed
Exactly.
Dude.
All because you're just trying to please
to
for everybody.
please
because it has to
everyone,
look
because you
great.
have to be an amazing host. So
Yeah. Oh, it's so stressful. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know. Oh,
I'm okay.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'll sit that one out.
Yeah, you rather spend the money on the things that
Right.
actually are for you and your husband. I like that. After a breakup, what is the window period of your ex coming back? What do you think?
Okay, so I'm the type of person when I leave, I don't go back.
Oh, so when you're done, it's done.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that back and forth, like we're not in high school.
True.
Like we're not, no.
Maybe once upon a time when you
I-
were
I-
younger, you would do
okay.
that stupid shit.
No, actually. So maybe middle school, high school, you have those little boyfriends, you go back and forth. Okay. But
Yeah.
so me and my husband have never separated.
Okay.
Ever.
Congratulations.
How sick.
Ever.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Yeah.
We have never separated. We've never lived separately, like ever.
It's a nice little accomplishment. Like a nice little,
Very
feather in your
impressive.
cap. Good shit.
Has he ever been like, yo, I'll fucking crash at my fucking boy's
Negative.
couch or some shit like that?
Never even slept at his mom's house.
Okay.
Like
Shit.
we get, if we've ever gotten like to arguments, you can sleep right there, turn your back,
Really?
like sleep on the couch. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
tired, like I don't know, go to sleep. But
Okay. We're staying under one roof.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
yeah, that's how it is.
Do you believe in?
Same with me. Like I don't leave either.
Like that.
Do you believe that? What is it like going to bed?
Sleep divorce. No? What are we talking about?
Ish, sort of.
Oh, going to bed mad at each other?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So
what
I don't
was
like
gonna
that. But there's just sometimes that obviously it happens. There's sometimes obviously it happens and you're like dragging one day to another, and that's so bad. That energy is horrible.
Oh, I hate that.
So I don't like to do that. But obviously sometimes it happens and you just wake up the next day and you're like,
Okay,
you know,
it's still,
you're still upset.
Yeah.
But, you know, it happens.
You just get
You gotta get through it, work through it.
Sometimes you need like a good night's sleep. You can reevaluate in the morning. You know, it says, "Hey,
realize how much
So-
of an asshole you were the
and
night
then
before.
yeah, exactly, and then
So I'm
for me,
I'm the
for
type
sure.
of person like I want to fix things right now.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
talk to
I'm
me.
like that
And
too.
like my husband is the type of person he likes to vent, and I'm like, talk to me. Talk to me. It's like Ansley, give me a minute. Just leave me alone. Like no. Tell me. Let's talk. He's like, girl.
That's like my girl. I need a few minutes or like
Yeah.
a day.
You have any more? You
I
done?
need
gonna-
about like 24 hours.
Yeah, come back to me. I'm gonna do. There's a couple more, but we're running out of time. I'm gonna do one more. If a guy asks a woman on dates but doesn't tell her if he wants to be in a relationship, let's say we're going out on a couple dates, you know, but there's no
So like,
initiation,
Label?
no nothing. Yeah, no label. You know, like, well, what are we? It's like one of those things.
yeah, I would not be in that position.
What about it though?
Like it's like the problem. Like, what would you do? I mean, I don't know. Just the question that stopped there, but it's like,
So,
how would you handle
And me in that position, if I was to be the person going out with someone who's just, I see that that's all they're doing,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
ask them straight up, what are you looking for?
that? Okay.
If it's not the answer I want to hear, like, I'll be done.
And this would be like a first date, second date. Do you feel like
Is that the thing is that when you're talking to someone,
Yeah.
you should know the vibes. Like,
Okay.
you know,
the intention, where
right.
it's going,
And like off rip, like ask them, what are you looking for? Because obviously you're going to ask, are you in a relationship? They say no. Be like, oh, what, are you looking for one? Like,
okay.
you know, obviously not right off rip.
You want
and
to
like
get married?
you want to have kids? Not like the first conversation you're having, but after after a couple weeks you're talking to the person, I think it's fair to know what
I
they
think
want.
a couple of weeks is pretty.
Because you don't want that person like feeling I wouldn't want someone to you're looking at the TV and then
No, I'm listening. I'm making sure the shit doesn't turn off. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
that I feel like a person should know and not
Yeah.
get their time wasted.
Yeah, I got
You get
you.
me? And put emotions into it because some people catch feelings faster than others, and
Oh.
it's that's not fair.
100%.
So
So I just want to ask one question because I see that we're pressed for time.
Yeah.
So we came out with a card game. This card game was designed to basically try to strike up healthier conversations within your relationship. This can be played more so if you started dating. These are questions that you should start asking just to kind of get to know the person for real. Or if you've been dating for a long time, maybe even married for 9 years, I don't know. You can ask some of these questions. These are questions that you should know the answers to already by now, especially you guys, right? So there's some that are a little bit broad, more that anybody can play, but for relationship stuff, there's also some that are a little bit spicy. But we have one that's here for us.
Take the spicy one.
We're not gonna pick a spicy one. I think that's gonna be more for private with you and your mans.
Sure.
But we do have one, and I think that this is I'm going to ask you two quick ones.
Okay,
Two quick
go ahead.
ones. First one is going to be, if you had to change one thing about yourself, what would you pick?
my attitude.
Ooh.
Okay.
What's so funny, dude?
That was quick,
You
dude.
fucking cut you real quick. You keep laughing at
Because
it.
that's what starts most of like the little because my husband's fights and mine are like little stupid fights.
Yeah.
It's very rare that we have a big fight. They're literally
Okay.
stupid fights, and it's because I'm quick to snap. Like and sometimes I don't even notice. Like I talk in a tone, and maybe it's because I'm having a bad day or I'm stressed about something or overstimulated, and then he asks me something, and then I just snap.
Transfer
and
that
he,
energy to
I
him.
transfer my energy directly to him, and then he's just like, "What the fuck? What the hell did I do?" And then that's it. That gets him in a bad mood because I just treated him bad for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get me?
So how do you resolve? Do you quickly like, oh, you know what? Like, my bad.
Sometimes I'm quickly to be like, oh shit, like, and then sometimes I don't notice. I'm like, he's like, you see the way you're talking
being
to me?
soft, dude.
You see the way you're talking to me? And I'll be like, I'm not talking to you anyway. You get me?
Okay.
You get me?
Like,
But I
stop being a bitch, dude.
I know it. Like,
Okay.
he tells me like you have a ugly attitude.
Okay, so you know.
You're aware of it.
You're aware.
I'm trying to work on it.
What are we doing?
Like I try to like fix my tone,
Okay.
which
so
is the worst part.
take a deep breath.
like-
Take
Like
a
meditate.
Like think before I speak.
Okay, well, baby steps, right?
Baby steps.
We gotta work on it, okay? Then the next one I'm gonna ask you is, what is the accomplishment you are most proud of?
My family.
Family.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I like it.
I feel like this is one that you can elaborate more with your man. What I'm gonna say is, reach over your shoulder. There should be one right there. Go ahead and grab that one. I encourage you to play that with your man. The only thing that we ask for you is
Yours.
tag us on the story, baby.
Yes, I
If you-
got you.
That'd be nice. Yeah, just talk about it, just say
The
how
next
amazing all the
date
questions are and how, your relationship
So
with your man
these
is
are
gotten so much
your
better.
guys' cards.
We made that
Nice.
specifically for this, and we thought, given that, you've been together with your man for so long,
Might be nice.
we'd
yeah.
almost like to get some feedback from you, actually.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you know how you guys like having your alone time, Netflixing,
Yeah.
we're chilling, we're doing stuff. Maybe next time,
Maybe even today.
maybe even today, pop open a bottle of wine and kind of go over those questions, with you and your man.
Is there questions here that I could grill him?
There might be
There's a
actually.
few.
There
yeah,
might be
there might
actually some grilling questions. There actually might
Okay,
be. There
good.
might be.
Yeah, you can play this with your partner. Maybe you have a girls' night. You can play this with your girlfriends too. It's also friends.
Actually,
We've
yeah.
played this, together. Obviously, a couple of questions might not be applicable.
Oh,
but
we just have
Right.
to rephrase the question. Like
Yeah.
it'll
Right,
be
right.
like there's let me see for example. No, this one's kind of whack. But there's like some that's look, what's
I
your
love
favorite
this. It reminds
personality?
me of Cards Against Humanity.
Ish.
Yeah.
But look, there's a question for example, what's your favorite personality trait of your own? So this is kind of like a broad question that you can ask with anybody. And then for example, you
Right.
would ask that to your man and maybe he'll say something. And this whole time you're probably thinking that it's one thing and then he tells you something and you're
so
like
you're learning.
You're
You're
like,
learning.
what? You're
That's
like,
good.
that's the type of shit? Like, I didn't know.
Right, 100%. And people don't realize that the person that you're with now, your husband, is not the same person he was 2 years ago
At
or 5 years
all.
ago. And he'll change and he'll continue to.
Right.
So this is a great game to kind of learn of,
Check-ins.
yes, check-ins.
Relationship
You
check-ins.
checking and you're like, who's
And that's
this person I'm
important.
with? 100%, especially
Yes.
in long-term relationships.
So
Very
that
nice.
is for you. We would appreciate the feedback. It'll help us with our research and development
Yes.
of the game.
I got you
Absolutely.
guys.
Dude, I've had a good time, and we could keep going on and on. The camera's kind of starting to
Yeah.
overheat at this point.
Starting to give us
'cause,
some issues.
give it a little bit issues. But we hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
We did
Me
have a
too.
great
We're
time.
glad. We're glad.
And
It
we
was,
enjoyed
it,
it
was,
too.
it was actually fun.
You
Yeah.
see?
And I think you warmed up after a little
I
bit.
told you.
Yeah.
I told
And-
you.
I'm not gonna lie though. In the beginning, my heart was beating fast.
And-
I was
I know.
nervous as hell.
No,
heard you.
I heard the heartbeat. I was like,
Yeah, we heard the heartbeat
We
in
heard
your
it.
voice, but you know
Yeah.
what? We got a good editor. He'll make you look like an all-star.
yeah. Hopefully we'll see you again on the podcast, maybe in a few months or whatever. Maybe we can
Yes.
circle back. That will be pretty nice, actually.
Who knows? Maybe, tembuya and you start your own podcast and you can... help
Negative.
us out. Yeah. Fine. Fuck it. All right, so it is time to break up. So with that being said, we usually like to have... we end the episode with like a final thoughts. And that basically is like something that you'd want to tell your younger self, or maybe there's something that you truly live by that you're like, you know what? This is a quote that I believe in it. Anything that you'd like to say to the audience, kind of like some final thoughts you could say now, and then you can start yourself like, oh, follow me here. Whatever.
So I recently got it tattooed on me because I've always lived by it. And it's be patient with yourself. Nothing in nature blooms all year.
Okay. And why is that? So tell us a little bit. Where did that come in?
So everything is not always, amazing every day of, your life. So that's why, be patient with yourself.
It'll happen. You
You
just
know?
gotta,
Yeah.
take care of it.
Different seasons, too,
Right.
Everybody goes through different seasons in life.
Right.
I like that.
I think everybody wants that instant gratification that they want things to happen, and when they
Mm.
don't get it, they're
Right.
like, ah.
They want it at the moment.
So
If
you
not,
just gotta be patient.
be patient.
Yeah.
Everything
Keep
will come
working
into
at it.
And it'll blossom. It'll
It will
bloom.
blo- exactly.
And it's
Oh,
ready to
yes.
bloom.
Oh,
Right. Like a flower.
Like a flower.
So well said.
Wonderful. Now, just really quick, just sell yourself. Where can they find you at? Whatever. Blah 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 blah.
Instagram.
Yeah. Wherever. Yeah.
Yes. At Ansley, ANS_LEEY.
We'll throw that. Follow her. Anything else?
And if you
you'd
don't
like-
follow us, I guess you should be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you followed us too. Drop a like here and there. Share this video with your homeboy, your homegirl.
Your mom, your dad.
Oh, and also buy the card game. The card game.
CoffeeBreakup.com.
It's on sale now. Yeah, look, you see, we got a sponsor. Here, advertisement placement.
We'll take a screenshot of this.
yeah, thank you.
Screenshot.
Thank you so much, guys. Answer, you were amazing.
Thank you. Till next time. Bye.
Ciao, guys.
Bye.
Bye.